Some of you have been wondering and asking, what plants do I have in my Florida native meadow? So in today's video, I'm going to be showcasing every single plant that I've added as well as allowed to grow into my native meadow. Let's get into it. If you're new to meadows, I'm just showing you my meadow coming out of its dormancy. I started it in 2022, we're going on 2023, so it's a very young meadow that's a small section. We're stopping it over here at the long leaf pine because I want to get rid of that oak tree to add more sun and add more pines. Pines just don't do as much sun. So what makes a meadow are the grasses. I have over 5 different species of grasses and over 20 different species of wildflowers, if not more. This right here is Bahama senna. It is a host plant to sulfur butterflies like orange barred, sleepy orange, and cloudless sulfurs. That's a cloudless sulfur caterpillar. This is a combination of tropical sage and starry rosinweed, tropical sage being a bloomer year-round and starry rosinweed from spring to fall. This is common green eyes. It blooms from spring to fall as well for dry areas. This right here is punnywoods dropseed against some of the other flowering plants. And then right here is toadflax just popping through. This is lance leaf tixie, great for spring through summer. This is Matea pubiflora, very cool. And then right here is lopsided Indian grass. Lopsided Indian grass is a host plant to 6 different skipper butterflies: the swarthy, Delaware, Aragos, dusted, Eufaula, and twin spotted skipper. Of all those 6 skippers, only 2 of them aren't that common: the Aragos and dusted skipper. The dusted skipper is only in 4 little regions, and the Aragos is north central Florida. Right here is spiked blazing star popping out of its dormancy. It's really good to see your wildflowers at different stages. That way, when you are doing your maintenance and removing plants you don't want, you don't get them confused with the plants you do want. But anyways, this plant is really good. It blooms in the fall and has multi-cluster flowers, allowing pollinators to nectar from one plant from multiple flowers. Now we're looking at chalky blue stem. You can't really see it because of the lighting, but it is a host plant to 5 different butterflies: the wood nymph, the swarthy skipper, the crossline skipper, the Delaware skipper, and the twin spotted skipper. The crossline skipper and the wood nymph are more of a northern species. But you can see the chalky blue stem against all the different grasses like the purple love grass, the little blue stem, the lopsided Indian grass, and the liatris. This is pink swamp milkweed. It is a great host plant to the monarch and queen butterflies, and I'm just showing you out of its dormancy. Those stalks are great for bees. This is giant ironweed. It blooms in the summer all the way to fall. It's so beautiful. And this is little blue stem. And then this is chalky blue stem in a different phase. You can see the seed heads. This is wild petunia. Wild petunia is a great reseeder, pretty aggressive, and can be in full sun to full shade actually. So if you have areas that are very adaptable, this is a great plant to add. That's just what it looks like when it's a sprout. And then this is pink penstemon. It's a little sensitive. I probably would rather do penstemon multiflorus. And then this is Asclepias humistrata that I sowed from seed ethically. This is Florida paintbrush. It's a great pink to lavender color. You will see it bloom in early fall, and it has just these amazing blooms that are similar to liatris. This is prairie coneflower. It's more of a northern species coneflower, but it doesn't really have a bad time here at 9B. And then these are liatris seedlings with a little bit of pink swamp seedlings is there. Hopefully these pink swamp milkweeds don't get destroyed by the monarchs. You know exactly how they are. Have you ever had milkweed in your yard? If you don't, buy 10 plants, I'm telling you. This is slender goldenrod. It's a great fall blooming plant as well to winter to sometimes in spring like now. And it's just really good. And then this is purple coneflower. It was actually sowed from seed, surprisingly. And then this is calico aster. You will see them usually in the winter. I don't know really why it's blooming in the spring, but it's a good plant to add for pollinators. This is royal catchfly, which is very interesting. However, it doesn't like to be in really dry areas, but it has a unique flowering system. And then this is one of my all-time favorites, Rayless sunflower. It has a black flower. It's insane. And this is St. Andrew's cross, really good for the bees. And we have this most underrated prickly plant, the purple thistle. It is a host plant to the painted lady and little meadow mark butterfly. It is a great spring blooming plant. It is also multi-clustered. So when butterflies see this, they have multiple flowers to nectar from. I'm bearing frostweed and then back at the meadow. So the mulch that I'm using in this meadow is pine straw. Pine straw is really good because it will allow wildflowers to grow through it but prevent weeds. It also breaks down readily easily, so that way it will fertilize the soil naturally. They're used to it. This is a longleaf pine, and I just love how cute they are in this stage. They're so awkward, and you get to see the nice white tips showing you that it's a longleaf. While researching about butterflies and understanding them a little bit more, I've realized that butterflies love meadows. Butterflies typically are going to be in the full sun, flying around in open areas. That's exactly what a meadow is. So creating a meadow is not only going to attract more butterflies, but it's also going to allow for more biodiversity and giving back to nature. So it's literally creating the most ultimate native area for one of my favorite things, which are butterflies. And so I did this because I've seen a lot of different meadows online. I was working at a native nursery for about 1.5 years. I worked in a native landscaping company for a couple months, and with that knowledge of knowing all the different native plants and learning about the different environments that these plants live in and what would work in my region, I decided to create a native meadow. I've always loved meadows, I've always loved butterflies, I've always loved nature, and I wanted to create a nice safe space for wildlife in my backyard. Not only is it peaceful for me, but it's also peaceful for nature, and it feels good that I'm able to give back to nature with my own actions in my own yard. Because a lot of the times, people try to teach these things to people and they don't come off the right way, and they just don't have the right perspective and the right approach of, influencing others of why we need to include more native plants. And I'm just doing this on my own, documenting it for you guys, and hopefully this influenced some of you guys to start your own meadows. If you did want consultation, if you are in the Central Florida area, if you email me at jpcharisma@gmail.com, I can definitely set you up a consultation, as long as you're not too far north of Orlando or not too far south of Sarasota. So I definitely have my own native plants, if you don't know that already, and I also have native seeds available that have been harvested from my meadow that I'm selling, that I will ship. It's literally all my plants, all my seeds. I mean, I do sell plants, but all my seeds are available for about $8 to $10 depending on what plant it is. Free shipping included. It's about 25 seeds, which is a pretty decent amount. And yeah, so if you go on www.jpcharisma.com, you will see my store, you'll see my story, and a little bit about myself as well. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed that quick little video of me sharing all of my meadow with you, getting in detail of all the different plants. I used a lot of different voiceovers because it's kind of hard to, talk and showcase all these plants without having a little bit of anxiety in there. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. And remember guys, your time will come to finally be a butterfly.